The following portion of the Arizona Daily Mix is sponsored by Solar Sandy.
Living here in Arizona, a lot of people don't take advantage of the sun, and here to tell us why they need to is Solar Sandy. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Fred. Thanks so much for having me. You know, we are all dependent in Arizona on the power companies, APS and SRP. And the reason, you know, I was asked earlier, why now? Why is this so important to me to get this messaging out? Both SRP and APS have the most historical rate increases in history. And with inflation hitting everyone in every area of their life, Brad, I just felt like this is the time that I need to really, almost like a public service announcement to help people get the maximum savings and benefits out of going solar. And the reason I think it's important that they meet with me is I created this formula, this proprietary formula for my daughter and my son-in-law 12 years ago out of need, not out of greed.
Right.
After a very bad accident, I was unable to help my 23-year-old daughter and her 27-year-old husband pay a very high electric bill. And those bills were only going to keep going up, so we started looking at solar as an option. And what we found, even with the most reputable companies, 1 + 1 wasn't adding up to 2.
Exactly.
And some people have heard these really bad stories of like they've gone solar, their neighbors have gone solar, and if they financed it, they had this very attractive looking solar panel payment, but still had a really ugly power bill.
Right.
Well, because of my accident, because of what happened to me, I was on Social Security disability, and I wasn't able to help the kids pay a power bill, let alone a solar panel payment on top of that power bill. And so I created this formula out of need for my daughter and my son-in-law, not out of greed for my pocket, because I wasn't doing this professionally then. And they haven't had a bill for 11 years and 8 months.
Wow. Sandy, I got to ask, why aren't more people like taking advantage of this? I mean, since you have this program and that's what you're trying to get out to people, and we were talking like solar is something that
makes sense.
Yeah.
It should make sense.
Right.
And Brad, because solar has gotten blemished, there's bad actors in every industry.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, solar, car washing, window washing, painting houses, there's bad actors in every industry. But there just seems to have been a lot of bad actors in this particular industry. And without my formula, my daughter and my son-in-law would have been victim of one more of those bad solar outcomes.
Yeah.
And that is why I feel, but then now because the power costs are going up so exponentially, people are starting to go, you know what, maybe we should just do solar. But you really want to sit down with me, because my goal is for my APS families, and I will, as we come on the show, as I come on the show more and more in the coming months, I'm going to be showing the potential that I achieve a zero APS bill just every single time, and SRP bills zero or very, very close to it.
Because we don't hear about that. We don't. When they come, I mean, you know, to sell you solar, they tell you how it's going to help your house, it's going to help your bill, but not get you to a point where you're not dependent on those different companies, and that is so important right now.
So glad that you mentioned it. Basically, if somebody tells you that they're going to do something for you and save you X amount of money, they better have proof to show you that they've achieved that. Well, my solar families, they're not customers, they're part of my solar family. They give me access to their bills. And what makes me different is I don't just put solar on your house. I actually follow your bills for the next 2-3 years to make sure that we've knocked it out of the park and we've achieved that zero APS bill or zero SRP bill or very close to it. Reason being, there's a little different formula for APS than there is SRP, but I still really knock it out of the park for SRP as well. So, you know, like I said, these high bills this summer are really going to hit people hard.
Yeah.
We've had 3.5 years of really difficult times, gas, food, etc.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pay 2 months of your electric bills while your solar is being installed, and then after that, you won't ever have to worry about rate increases ever again, because your power bill now is locked in. You're insulated and exempt from any future rate increase the power company has.
Wow.
And so that's why. You know, it's important to sit down with me.
I like it. Well, I love that you're going to be here with us, giving us those insights. But I will also say, too, you give insight right on your radio show, Ask Solar Sandy. And we have information right on the screen where you can find you, which is going to be awesome. And there's some more things coming. It's Solar Sandy, making sure we're saving money. There it is right there. You want more information, head on over to the CW7AZ.com.
Thanks, Brad.
The preceding portion of the Arizona Daily Mix is sponsored by Solar Sandy.